Hi guys, I once promised that I would take you through how these LED wheels work. Today is the day that I've gotten the chance to do that. So I have a couple of LED products with me here. Here is a power slide light clip. It's an LED based light clip, and this is another like LED notification or light for the night. You can see this. It's also an LED light. It has some LED components here, inside here. An LED is a light emitting diode, which is basically made by using two semiconductors which are put together, and when electricity hits them, it generates some light, an electroluminescent light, which is basically because of the after the energy has hit the diodes, they generate that light because of the energy that is there. So that is the principle behind how LEDs work. You can see how this looks. This looks very bright, and what is interesting, or what makes it different from the other type of lighting, which is the bulb normally has a wire filming which is normally heated, and when it's heated, it like burns and forms the light. They're not normally very efficient in comparison to LEDs. That's why they normally heat up fast, and they get to burn faster than LEDs. That is why LEDs were developed much later, to be able to produce electroluminescent light. So that is how the LED works. So with me I also have, okay, these are good for the night. Normally when you do this, it's just to magnify the light. This makes it more focused. This reduces the focus of the light and makes it to like spot a bigger area. This is the other option for the LED. You can see how it's lighting here. This looks very dark at night, I can assure you. That is the blinking mode. It has 3 modes of appearance that you can choose from. So basically there's this, then the other one, and this one, and the other one. So basically that is how my night identification light works. Now we want to go to the the wheel. I'll take the first wheel. This will be enough for demonstration, and let me open it so that you can see. Oh, before opening it, you can see how this lights when you turn it. So that is the lighting. But what makes it light the way it's lighting? Let's remove the rear one, because it's the one that is visible at the moment. Let's remove it. Here we go. So here is the wheel itself, and we can take this out to see how it works. Let's do it. Let's go to the finer details of the physics behind it. This is the bearing. And the second bearing. Basically this is an ABEC 7 bearing. Normally it's very fast. This is the wheel. The wheel, it has the LEDs in it. So the LEDs, they're the ones that when they get hit, or when the power comes to them, they get lit by the power. The getting lit is because they are okay, the energy that is dissipated from the, you know what happens to energy when it is transformed from one form and goes to the other form. When it changes from one form to the other form, it is maintained. It is hardly lost, but it's normally maintained. It just changes forms. So what happens when you're skating, you have the kinetic energy in the bearing and in the metal core, which is this one. So that when the metal core goes around this magnetic, you can see this is the magnetic bit. This magnetic bit, what happens according to the electric induction, when you move a conductor in a magnetic field like this, you see this is the magnetic core. It is just the sleeve of the bearing. It's in between the two bearings, and when this conductor is rotated in there, it generates electricity. Basically that is just because of electromagnetism. So when the electricity is generated, that is when now it is converted to become like okay, it's in the form of a voltage. So the voltage, it comes to the semiconductors here, which are the LEDs, and when it hits the semiconductors, it lights up the LEDs. So now you can see that the kinetic energy that was there, when you rolled this, when you rolled the wheels, it is converted to electric energy. And once it has been converted to electric energy, then now you can see it as light. It becomes luminous. That's what makes these wheels to be luminous. Cheers. So let us carry on with our description. So we are putting back the bearings. Remember, I've put this magnet. This is the magnet. When you put it here, you will notice it doesn't fall. That shows you that it is magnetic. So now let's put these bearings. Here we go. You fit it nicely. There we go. So you can now see that because I'm spinning this, the bearings, they're the conductors now. So given that the motion now goes around the magnetic field here, it generates a current which is called electric induction, and that current is converted, or it is in the form of a voltage. So the voltage is what is transmitted to these LEDs that are in this wheel here. Once it is transmitted there, it gets into the diodes and lights up the LED so that the wheel is able to light. You can see how it's lighting. One other thing, when you put the onions inside, they're called the axles. When you put the axles in like this, it now lights better, because now there is just a conductor that is operating here. There is no interference of the arm. You know, the arm is not a conductor. So when you put this, it lights better, and is basically, that's what you normally see now when someone is skating. And what happens when the energy, okay, the faster you turn the wheels, the more kinetic energy you develop, meaning then that the more energy or electricity that you will generate, meaning, or transferring directly to how much the wheels light. So if you're moving so fast, the wheels will light much brighter than when you're not moving fast. You can see how this looks like. When you hit it like this, you see it lights and goes off. Yeah. So let's put the wheels on the boot and see how or what difference there is now. So let's get this out and check that out. Oh, so now you can see how it lights bright, because now my hands are not involved in holding the wheel. So it's purely the conductor, the magnetic field, and the kinetic energy from the rotation. That is why you see it's lighting brightly. So basically that is how the LED works, and that is the same principle that operates in this power slide light clip. It's normally charged, so when it's charged the energy is stored, the charge is stored, and when you press the button it turns the switches on so that the energy now hits the LED, the semiconductors in the LED, to be able to generate this light. This power slide clip has 3 different types of lighting. You can see the first one is it's blinking fast, and it's blinking very brightly compared to when I had not charged it. So the second mode of light is it takes a little blinking, it's not very fast. Then the third mode of lighting is a solid continuous mode of lighting. So thank you for watching this tech bit. I hope you have enjoyed the explanation I have given for how the LED works. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and I'll take time to research and give you appropriate responses. Thanks for the support. Please subscribe, and cheers.